Hi folks, Doc C here. I have a patient who came in, and great guy, and I haven't seen him for a while, but you know what? He keyed in on one of my videos, and he's been suffering from some issues to do with inflammation. And you know, sometimes, you know, I talked a little bit about earlier about gout. Now, sometimes gout can be complicated because of other issues. Now, if someone is taking a lot of caffeine in their diet and they want to be able to reduce that, okay, remember we talked about how caffeine was a purine. Now, caffeine can be replaced in your diet by the use of a number of things. I'm just going to kind of go through a few of those, okay? Now, one of them is American ginseng, okay? Ginseng has always been known to be able to help people. It helps you carry the oxygen, a number of different things. They found that when they used, I think it was 2,000 milligrams a day for a period of time, it decreased the people's fatigue that had cancer. So that's a pretty powerful thing, you know, when you think about it, using ginseng on a regular basis. But ginseng is something you have to continue to take on a regular basis. It's not something you take, you know, right at, you know, just as soon as you get something. You want to be taking it all the time. It's like vitamins every day, right? Now, 3-O-bromine, THEO bromine. It's also something that you can use to kind of replace that caffeine. I would say take a number of these things together and you'll get a great rise in your energy levels. Now, L-threonine is an amino acid, and it's been known to help as well. Now, some people in South America, my son was on a religious mission down in Uruguay, and a lot of guys were using yerba mate. Okay, they call it maca, or they call it a different name, but it's the same thing. And it does have a little caffeine in it, though. So you have to be careful with that, because you can say, oh, I like this, and you may not realize that it has caffeine in it. Ginkgo biloba has always been known to help with the mental factors. It's always been known to be able to help with things like if someone's depressed, that kind of thing. Also, now what you have to remember is some drinks will have guarana in it. Guarana has caffeine in it. You have to be careful with that one, because it seems so natural, but it does have caffeine. You got to be careful with that one. Now, cordyceps is a mushroom, but it has no caffeine in it. It's been very, very helpful for a lot of people. So that's another way to go. Green tea. I've had some people think that there's caffeine in it, but there isn't any caffeine in green tea. Also, Gotu Kola. That's Gotukola. Okay. And that has no caffeine in it. Been found very helpful. Okay. Rhodiola rosa. That one has been used in Russia a lot. A lot of the Russian, they've done a lot of research in Russia on that. They find it very helpful. So that's something else. They found that helps with physical activity and increasing your physical stamina. So that's something to look into. Also, coconut oil. You know, it's funny. Coconut oil has been found to help people lose weight. There's something funny about coconut oil that works quite well. And I took it when I was losing weight. I found that it was very helpful as well. So those are some things that you can use to replace the caffeine. Now, what you also have to remember is that there's some other things. Now, we talked a little bit about last time about having fermented foods. Because what we need to do is we need to remember that when we're eating, that we can have what we call leaky gut syndrome. And that comes from having things like antibiotics and not replacing the natural bacteria in our gut. It's very important to replace that natural bacteria. And the way you do that is through taking things that have it in it. Now, one of the things, I'm just trying to, here we go, fermented foods. Now, kefir is one thing, tempeh, natto, kombucha, miso, kimchi, sauerkraut, and probiotic yogurt. Now, some people say that these pills of probiotics get through. I find that very difficult to believe. I believe the foods do, because it's embedded in the foods, okay? In your gut, you have, if everything's working correctly, you've got hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is so powerful, you put it on a carpet, it'll burn a hole right in the carpet. So, I mean, this is powerful stuff, and it allows that environment, that acidic environment, helps your proteolytic enzymes break down steak and things like that. That's why you have that in your stomach. And it's a very strong acid, and the enzymes are very strong. So something that goes through your stomach has a tough time getting past that environment. So when you're putting things in, I would just say try to eat those foods. You can put down, obviously you can put down some probiotics, but I would just say hang in there, because what can happen is that what you need to be able to do is fight it from both sides. So if you're taking any of those things, if you're going to try those different things, use one and then add it, because you never know what's going to work. So add them as you go along. So try something for 2, 3, 4 days, then add something to it, and then add something to it. When it comes to the foods, try that. But I would just say you just have to realize these types of things aren't a quick fix. You have to be able to stick to it. And that's if I had to pick one thing, I'd just say stick to the regiment, do the very best you can, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. So hang in there, but those are some things you can use. So I just wanted to say that. If you like our information, please hit the like button. If you want to hear more, please hit the subscribe button. And always remember, Santa says, take care.